Alright, so chapter 4 on what's called transformations. So today we're going to talk about translations, similar word, but so first, translations, they move a graph left, right, up, down. So first they have something called a vector. And a vector is just another way of like telling you how to get from one place to another. So if you had so that's a vector going from, I'm going to put S for start and F for finish. So you got to go in the order or in the direction of like the arrow. Okay, and so if it says to write a component form, it just wants to know like from the beginning to the end and what did you have to do to get there. And it's written not with these kind of bracket styles. It's not a parentheses. So I start here and it's just X and Y. So I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, and then I go up 1, 2. Okay, so it's just saying like go from here to here, and this is how you do it. So it's still X and Y, like if it was a coordinate, but it's called a component form. Okay, so you have a couple problems where you just got to look at a graph and do that. So if you go left or if you go down, those are negative directions. So then you just say negative 3 or whatever. And then you'll have to do one that I think it's already graphed for you. It might say something like this. So if you have 0, 3, 2, 4, and 1, 0. So say translate. So put the 0, 3, 2, 4, and 1. Oh wait, 0, 3 should be up there. That was wrong. And 1, 0. So they might label them, or they will, but let's say A, B, and C. And then we're supposed to translate it down to, to the left 2, and then I'm going to go down because they're negative. So left 2, 1, 2, and down 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the A number, so if I go to the left 2 and then down 3, I'll end up here. And we call that A prime. It's like a little apostrophe. And then for B, to the left 2, down 3, this one's a little, I should have maybe made the numbers a little bit bigger, but to the left 2, down 3, and then C to the left 2 and down 1, 2, 3. And then this would be B prime, be right there. Okay, so it's just move it from one place to the next. So if you happen to have graph paper, definitely like helpful. So so the black, like you'll see these words like pre-image and image. Okay, so in like this picture, the A, the B, and the C would be the pre-image, and the A prime, B prime, and C prime would be the image. So it's like the pre-image is like where do you start, and then the image is where you ended up. Okay. So kind of doing the same thing, but written in a different way means the same thing. So if we had this one, we had this one, and we'll say a translation rule. And you're still kind of, it's still similar to a vector. So the way that they write a translation rule is they'll write XY like that, and then it basically wants to know like how did you get from, and really you can just pick from A to A prime, from B to B prime, or C to C prime. It doesn't matter which one you do. Okay, so from A to A prime, we went to the right 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would write x plus 4. If I went to the left, I'd put minus. And then I went down 1. So remember, like up and down, or excuse me, up and to the right are positive directions, and then left and down are negative directions. So if you go to the right, put plus whatever. If you go to the left, put minus whatever. If you go up, put plus whatever. If you go down, put minus whatever. Okay, and then I would always just to double check, let me go from B to B prime to make sure I do the same thing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, down 1. Okay, I'm good. Translation rule. So you'll have excuse me, some that will say use this translation rule, and it's in the directions. What's the image of, and just like this point or this point or this point. Okay, and so really, if I had, you have a couple where you have to look at graphs like these ones, but so if it said you have this translation rule, and it tells you you're going to start at 4, 6, I don't know. Then really it's just, okay, this means like -3, and this means +2. So where do I end up? Well, 4 minus 3 is 1, and 6 plus 2 is 8. Preimage, image. Okay. So if you, and you will, if it says what's the preimage, so it's kind of telling you like where they ended up. So if it gives you your translation rule, I'm pretty sure I forgot a letter in there. So it'll tell you like, oh, we ended up at B prime was, 6, -4. So it told you that's where you ended up. So where did I start? You're going backwards. So instead of doing -5, add 5. Instead of doing +3, subtract 3. Okay, and so where did we start? 11. 6 plus 5 is 11. -7. So to check it, you can actually just do this. Like, well, what's -5 here and +3 here? 11 minus 5 is 6. That's where we started. -7 plus 3 is -4. So that was the original problem. Okay, but to find the preimage, we're going the opposite direction, so we're going to do the opposite of what the rule says. Okay, we're going backwards. So pay attention to the different directions. All right. And then the last thing that you'll have to do is it'll talk about a composition. It just means more than one. Okay, and so here's what I would do. So let's say the problem is, keep writing that parentheses there. Okay, so it'll give you some like points to like graph. So I think it says 2, 4, 6, 0, 7, 2. And then it will say do this composition. So really is what it's saying is take these 3 points, do the first one, and then do the second one. And you'll end up with like 3 pictures on a graph, which to me is confusing. So it means the same thing to do this. Combine these together. -6 plus 2 is -4. A y or an x by itself just means don't do anything. Leave it alone. So don't go any direction different in the y. So then really we're going to do y plus 7. So you can combine it into one translation rule. So 2, 4, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, and 7, 2. Okay, and then I want to go -4 in the x direction, so down 4, or excuse me, left 4, and then I want to go up 7 for each of the points. So this first one to the left 2, or excuse me, to the left 4, go there, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then the bottom one over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the other one, last one, the one on the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they should look similar. I mean, I'm doing it freehand, so they're not going to be perfect. Graph paper is definitely the best option. Okay, but this way you don't have to go to left 6 and then up nothing and then go back to the right 2 and then up 7. I think if you just combine the composition into one translation rule, that's totally fine. All right. Okay, so again, transformations is the word for the day, and it moves the graph left, right, up, and down. No diagonals, it doesn't spin, it doesn't flip, it doesn't do anything. Left, right, up, or down. Okay? All right, have a great rest of your day, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.